Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here, coming at you with game number 1 of Group C. And very, very excited about this group. If you do not know, we'll start off with these two players. They're in Group C. We have iloveoov, who's going to be the Terran player in the top right. And there he is in his old school blue SK Telecom jersey. And in the bottom left, we're going to have GoRush, playing for Samsung Khan. And this is going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking forward to this group. So we have iloveoov is probably the favorite for this group because in this time period in 2004, he's been on a tear. And he's definitely a favorite in this particular game, I gotta say, because remember, well, if you don't remember, Oov has just gotten off of a 25-game win streak where he won 25 professional games versus Zerg in a row. He was basically unstoppable, and he finally did get stopped, but it took Zerg to stop him. And Zerg is, you know, the basically like the bourgeois Zerg of this time. So it took Zerg to stop him, but it's like even though he got stopped in his 25 win streak, didn't make it to 26, he's still almost unstoppable. You know, it's still going to be almost impossible for any Zerg player to actually take him out. And that was in the previous OSL, which Zerg ended up winning because he beat Oov. But Oov is still super, super strong player. You know, if Zerg hadn't won the previous OSL, Oov could have. So it's really going to be interesting to see how this goes, to see if Oov can actually push past that and make it and show what potential he has in this OSL. You know, and of course, Oov is a famous guy, so we know that he succeeds in some Star Leagues, but, you know, could be another one after this. You know, because like I said, it usually takes players a while to warm up. When we first saw Flash kind of come out of his shell in like 2007? 2008 maybe late 2007, something like that. He didn't start off just winning everything right off the bat, right? He started off getting round of 16, round of 8. And then, you know, it didn't take him too long to start winning stuff. But still, you know, I remember him getting beaten by a Boxer, actually, in like the round of 16 of a Star League. And it was like this kind of classic old versus new matchup. So, anyway, so we'll see if Oov can do it here. And we do have GoRush going for very early gas and spawning pool before getting expansion. Oov has his SCV kind of at the back expansion area where you usually see, and he's actually getting a factory very quickly here, so this is interesting. Possibly in retaliation to this early spawning pool, he wants to get vultures out as quickly as possible so he could micro against early Zerglings and deal with them very easily. A little bit weird, kind of not, I guess, on this map. Usually as a Terran player you can just take your choke point, right, and you can just get a bunch of Marines and it's fine. But on this map it's a weird map, and so you can see there's this back door that he's putting a depot at to block any backdoor shenanigans from coming up with Zerglings around the behind. But still, it's hard because there's not it's not as straightforward like where you just have one choke and that's it on this map exactly. So the choke is not easier. It's not too easy to hold. So getting the factory is an interesting decision here, but we'll see if he does. I mean, so you can see one barracks does stop that one spot, but it's just kind of more complicated than that, I think. So maybe that's why he's getting the factory. But he is getting machine shop as well. So and we don't see a starport or anything like that getting right off the bat, so it's not any kind of cheese rush in that sense. And so now you can see that he's running these Zerglings. He's not even going for the front door. He knows it's going to be blocked. He's actually running all the way around the behind to go for that back door just to prod that. But again, there's a supply depot there, excellently placed by Oov. He knows his map well. He's going to be able to block that. Even if the Zerglings do attack that depot, the SCVs are there to repair it as well. 2 SCVs to repair that depot, just to make sure it doesn't go down. And, you know, if he was producing a lot of Marines, this wouldn't be as big of a problem. He could just put one Marine over there, and the Marine would be able to solve the problem of the Zerglings there. So I wonder if GoRush might even suspect something is up by the fact that there's no Marine back here. Instead, he's just set 2 SCVs to repair that infinitely. And, you know, this one Marine that he produced earlier did... and there's the Vulture, so that's going to play the role of the Marine and force the Zerglings back away from that depot. Now they're at the front. See, this is why it's a little more complicated to hold. We did see he made one Marine earlier, and it kind of chased the Overlord out of his base, but just that one Marine was all it took, all he made. And we did see another building going down there in Oov. I wanted to say Flash, because I just recently casted that game of Flash versus Zero, and we've got Flash on the brain. Okay, so it looks like it might be another barracks that he made after that factory. So he's going for the early upgrades with these, and he went for the mines first, actually. Hydralisk has now been produced. Multiple Hydralisks. He's actually rushed Lurkers off of one base. Ladies and gentlemen, this is 2004. One base Lurker rush. I don't think I've ever seen this. One base. I've seen Lurker rushes off 2 bases, but one base Lurker rush. Oh my god, you'd never see that after 2006 or 7. Oh man, so we're going to see a one base Lurker rush here, and it looks like he's getting them on this high ground ridge on the right side of the map. He's going to try and move them around behind, and it looks like he's actually going to try and break through that depot. Whoa! OOV has actually moved his barracks back into kind of an easier position for production, but that means his door is now wide open. He's depending on these vultures to deal with things, and GoRush sending in single Zerglings to try and deal with these mines as well that he knows are probably in existence. And oh, it looks like something died over there. Probably a Ling clearing out the mines. He's actually not going to go for the back door. He saw the front door was open with that Ling, and he's going to go straight in the front door. He's going straight for the comsat station, and he's going to go up to the top. He's going to try and burrow at the top in a better tactical position, I guess. He's got vision of that mine. There must be an overlord nearby, I suppose. But this is interesting. He had a chance to go straight for the comsat and go straight for the heart, but instead he's gone up to this high ground. It is a better tactical position, but if he could have killed off that comsat station immediately, then there would be absolutely no way for OOV to deal with this. And in fact, it doesn't look like there is a way for him to deal with this. He might be waiting for the energy on the scan. Savings you use your first scan to see what the opponent is doing, to see if there is some kind of a rush, and he gets the scan off, and he's saving up 2 scans so he can have an elongated fight, and he does actually polish off both of the Lurkers with 2 scans, it looks like. So very patient play by OOV in order to deal with that. And now the second wave is coming in, though he can't have any more scan energy. Is GoRush gonna be the second person to take out the unstoppable OOV's TVZ? Because now he's going in and he's got Lurkers in the mineral line. This is crazy. The SCVs are having to run. He has a tank out. He's shelling those. He kills 2 Lurkers. The 3rd Lurker goes down with the very final end. The absolute end of the comsat scan energy. And now he's got a tank set up to stop anything from coming in the front. The Lurker does manage to burrow, but and it's very low on hit points. But if you don't have any scans, you don't have any mobile detection, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't make a bit of difference, guys. The tanks are inert against the Lurkers that are burrowed, basically. There's no scan. He might have probably 30 energy at this point. He's still waiting for another scan, but he's used 3 or 4 scans recently, so there's no way he can have enough energy. He must have gone to 0 with that last scan. And he got lucky that GoRush actually piled all 3 of his Lurkers on the same spot, and he was able to get full splash damage and kill all 3 of them. Otherwise, I think if GoRush had not tried to move his Lurkers away from those tanks, if he'd actually just left them in position, he would have won the game by now, because OOV would not be mining at all. And now he's actually splitting the positions. So he's actually going for an attack here up on the top right as well to try to force OOV to try and scan in different spots. And now we're seeing OOV's point of view. No, I'm sorry, this is GoRush's point of view. He's still not even getting a second base. He's got a hatchery up in his main as a macro hatch, but only the one base. He actually makes it so that if there's a counterattack with vultures, just that one sunken colony, his main can actually, which I believe is just a creep colony at the moment, but he could morph it into so. Oh, wow, those Lings dragged that mine right into the Lurker, which is now very badly damaged. If it does get up to try and move, the vultures could finish it off pretty easily. So OOV is actually just somehow scraping by on this rush. Caught him off guard and without scans, but he just managed to barely scrape together enough energy to hold this off, and he's mining. I don't think he would be mining if those Lurkers had stayed in the mineral line. Then he could have killed off the comsat station before it had enough energy for another scan, and then we would have OOV be completely defeated here. OOV has sent vultures around now to the top, and they're attacking Sunken Colony, which is morphing in the mineral line. So now it is OOV's turn to stop the mining of GoRush this time. And the Sunken Colonies does come up, so it's going to polish off that threat. But GoRush is in kind of trouble here because he is on even bases, basically. And, well, not just basically. They each have one base. That's all there is. And oov has now kind of gotten up enough leeway that he's getting an engineering bay. He's going to start making... He's got enough tanks around now that any lurker invasion will be instantly killed by the siege tanks with the one scan. So he doesn't really have to... He can't really just expend the scan energy like he was doing before. And now there's turrets going up. So GoRush has a moment left. Just a moment to try and make use of these lurkers, and he's going to try and take it before the turrets can come up. He comes in and burrows a couple lurkers on top of the SCV, making the turret. He needs to stop that SCV from finishing the turret. He does. The turret is going to go down. The tank is going to go down. The engineering bay is in danger. It can lift off, though, so it's not a big deal. He'll still... Oh, no! The mine kills both of the lurkers! The mine kills both of the lurkers! Oh, no! That was GoRush's chance. He still has these lurkers left, though. He's got 2 on the high ground. 1 is low. If he can get a scan off, it looks like he does get 1 scan and forces those lurkers back so they don't die. But he is just... Oh, my gosh. If those lurkers... Again! If those lurkers had lived, he would have been able to assault the mineral line. I think oov might have theoretically still been able to hold it off, but not with the extra lurkers coming in from the north that killed off the turret as well. And at this point, GoRush is just like, all right, well, I'm going to hold this spot. Oh, no, there's another mine there. And the tank does get a shot off, but doesn't quite kill it. So this lurker is going to force 1 more scan out of oov. And it looks like he does get a scan off and kills both the lurkers up there with that scan. So oov is going to clear that out. Oh, man. That 1 mine killing both those lurkers. And, oh, just, I mean, there's no way you could... It's so difficult to predict that, too. Why would there be a random mine there, you know? From earlier, he cleared out one of the mines when he had his overlord nearby. And yeah, he's still on 1 base, so you can see on his face, he's like, well, that didn't work, I guess. So, don't drag it into the rest of them. No, Zergling, what are you doing? Zergling, why? Oh, no! Oh, God. Oh, no! This is turning into a bit of a train wreck for GoRush. I feel so bad because... You know, this is a time in GoRush's career when he's really taking off as well. And he has been showing good results. But, you know, this could have been his time to say, like, you know what? July Zerg it can defeat oov. Well, guess what? So could I. Even if it's a kind of a cheese build that I used to defeat him, I can beat him anyway. And he's going to lose this game, I'm pretty sure, because, yeah, we basically... yeah, there's the GG coming from GoRush. He's like, there's nothing I can do here. I went all in on my 1 base lurkers, and it didn't work. And so he's going to go down a game. Oov's going to go up a game. It's just the first game of the group. Remember, this is a round-robin group stage for the round of 16. So every player is going to play each other. And, yeah, so that's going to be... we got oov and GoRush, and then the other 2 players are Sync and Jeju. And actually very, very strong players as well. Sync is another strong Terran, and Jeju is another strong Zerg, if I remember correctly. So looking forward to this group, man. It should be cool because we're going to have a lot of TVZ action probably. A couple mirror matches as well. But it's going to be a lot of TVZ, so I hope you're interested in some Terran versus Zerg because it's going to be a lot of it. And that means there's probably going to be, you know, on average 1 T and 1 Z advancing from this group. So we could see more of it in the round of 8 as well. But, man, StarCraft is awesome, isn't it? All right, so oov goes up 1 game, and he's basically got to get 1 more game in order to kind of secure his victory out of this group, but he would love to really make a statement and go 3-0 here, wouldn't he? So, anyway, that's going to do it for game 1. Let's go ahead and move on to game number 2. I'm not sure when I'm going to be able to get that online, but I'm going to have game number 2 up before too long after this one, which is going to be Sync versus Jeju, another TVZ. So hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.